ball wrong, but he made sure he knocked it backwards rather than forwards.
Yeah, to be fair, Ed, he did really well then, and Ireland and Schmidt will be very disappointed at what happened at the ruck and the contact, because that was just, as you know, he recovered himself. They got numbers to the ball, and one of the Irish players, I think, just went over the top, and you just got to really be able to think correctly in those pressure situations, because they potentially just gifted France 3 points back again.
Three apiece at the Aviva. "16 minutes gone.
Yeah, Lopez kicked 5 out of 5 last week to beat the Scots, so Ireland have got to be just so careful in their own half. You know, they've just got to be really clinical at the contact areas and just get out of their own half.
Sexton for Tommy Bowe to chase, away from the forwards. Bowe wins it. Down to Robbie Henshaw, who makes good ground. Murray waits. Advantage being played, so Ireland will hit back immediately. Carney straightens, cuts back. No advantage
there. Number 2, Ilian Ruck, agree.
Well, Keith Wood picked out Bastereau in the pre-match analysis. He is like a fourth wing forward. He got over the ball there, and the potential turnover meant that Barnes had brought it back for the original penalty. He reminds me so much of Stefan Amrabat when he's over the ball like that. He's so thick, so broad, so squat. He's impossible to budge once he gets into that position.
I think, Eddie, the difference in philosophy between the two teams came out of the two kickoffs. You got France kicking long, Sexton hoofing the ball about 60 yards. Ireland goes short, they win the kickoff. So it's like an attacking mindset. Everything's attacking. They win the ball, they get the penalty. Where France, to me, they're powerful, they're still kind of too much defensive, and those two kickoffs just almost summed up the two teams at the moment.
Sexton 6 points, Joe Schmidt's Ireland 6 points. Here's that restart. Tommy Bowe down to Robbie Henshaw. Peter O'Mahony setting up the ruck. Back live. Another long kick that lands on Simon Zebo under no real pressure.
All right.
Another penalty advantage being played. France offside again.
Offside.
It's very interesting. In the last 14 matches, Ireland's disciplinary record, 1 yellow card. France's disciplinary record, 7 yellow cards, 1 red card.
Well, that's got to be another example of the discipline, the difference in the absolute expectation of discipline from both coaches. An awful lot of emphasis from Schmidt in detail, because there doesn't seem to be that level of, if you like, micromanagement and detailed management from Saint-André. A lot more is expected of these Ireland players, it seems.
Eddie Phillips dead right. I mean, these yellow cards are coachable. It's how you coach your players to be absolutely clinically clean at the breakdown, so you just can't have people yellow carded, and those are really telling figures you just read out then.
Heaslip again, lifted by Paul O'Connell. Jared Payne, Zebo. The switch of play
by
Payne. for space. Well, it's not exactly a kick that can be chased because it was always heading for touch, but when it ends up 5 metres from the French line, it's worked.
Well, that was a play off the park, because that was all designed to give Jonathan Sexton the time and the vision and to pick out that space for that kick. Every single detail seems to have been catered for.
And Eddie, Sexton's looking so cool and calm. So France are targeting, they're not doing a very good job so far.
Oh, Ireland got first hands to the ball, France steal it back. Pascal Papé inside his 22. Cocotte waits. Left foot towards Tommy Bowe, who passes well to Rob Kearney, who then uses his strength. Ireland on the move now. Jack McGrath. Heaslip. Sexton on the loop. Good play. Henshaw involved. Ireland though just delay release.
He's on the ball.
Well, it was a good defensive ruck by France, but Cocotte's kicking can contrast that with Murray's kicking. This is a short ball by Henshaw. He takes a roll just to give him that extra half second, but it's not enough, and that's a great win by Maestri. Now it's a clear penalty. Just contrasting Cocotte's kicking. Cocotte's kicking is a little bit too deep, and it's given this Irish back three time to counter-attack, whereas Conor Murray's more better kicking is getting the likes of Bowe, Zebo into the air to be able to challenge for the ball. That's been quite significant so far.
Quite interesting, Clive, to have a pair of halfbacks, Cocotte and Lopez, who are both left-footed, first and foremost.
Yeah, you wouldn't choose it that way. That's where you need a right footer coming in. You hope your centres or your fullbacks, your wing, who's a genuine right footer. Scott Spenning's a great kicker of the ball, so you've got to get him into the front line as well. But yeah, it's pretty unusual to have two lefties, Eddie.
Okay,
Wesley Fofana is back.
Can we come, please?
Guillaume finds Maestri. Now then, a clever little kick back against the rim of play, but Conor Murray read it ever so well. Ige with the follow-up tackle. Ireland, though, should get this back. Paul O'Connell to McGrath. Murray. Rob Kearney chases. Fullback on fullback. Scott Spedding taken out, and Rob Kearney, his effort has ended up with a penalty to his team.
Well, not only can Sexton put in an attacking kick, but that was a great kick again by Conor Murray. Timed that to perfection, but also Kearney timing his run to perfection. The kicks by both Sexton and Murray are allowing Ireland to turn over possession, and they're allowing Ireland to turn defence into attack.
Johnny Sexton plants an end-over-end kick into the French 22.
We talk about yellow cards, those kick in the air. Kearney's timing was immaculate. It's so easy to get there slightly early, hit him in the air, get yellow carded, but he was very conscious what he did there and won the penalty.
Ireland go long towards Toner. It comes to Sean O'Brien, and he smashes into Lopez and knocks the fly half out of his way. Oops. Jared Payne has sorted out the slight confusion. Back for Murray. Heaslip. McGrath switches play. The loose head prop. Rory Best has lost his scrum cap. Heaslip into the French 22, and again, well, it's a consistent theme. Wayne Barnes insisting the tackle player releases the ball.
Well, that's another turnover Ireland have conceded. They are keeping the ball more in hand, but France in the contact area are doing well. They're getting up and down. That's Papé again. Papé getting
He's a tackler, mate. He's a tackler.
up and down on his feet. And another turnover wasted.
You can see, Eddie, this is a tough French team. It's a very physical team. As Philip said, over the ball,